Hello everyone, it is a pleasure to welcome you to the Overcomer Show. We sincerely appreciate your participation and would implore you to subscribe to this channel. Drop your likes and comments and don't forget to click the notification button. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Hello, thank you so much. Welcome to today's show. God bless you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Depending on the time that you are watching me, God bless you. My name is Olayinka Adibowale. Thank you so much for tuning in again to Overcomer Show. God bless you. And I sincerely want to appreciate everyone that watched the last week's show episode. It's still on the YouTube. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the loves. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the like. I really appreciate you. God bless you in Jesus' name. Amen. Today's one is wonderful. It's going to be great. I can't wait. Yes, I have my guest in the house. As you have seen, the topic is financial freedom. Who doesn't want to live a life of abundance, a life of free of stress, financial freedom, have your own money without even going to loan or debt or anything? Who doesn't want that life? Everyone wants it, I'm sure. So I'm going to bring my guest here now so that we can set the ball rolling. Thank you. Now, hello.
Hello, ma'am. How you doing?
I'm fine. Are you?
I'm fine, thank
Thank
you.
you so
I'm
much.
fine.
Thank you. Thank you for coming to Overcomer Show. Thank you for agreeing to come. Thank you. I really appreciate
You're
you.
welcome. You're
And how's the
welcome.
weather in Canada?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Very
It's
cold,
good.
I'm sure.
Yes, it is.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your time. Thanks for
You're
taking the
welcome.
time. I really appreciate you. God
You're
bless
welcome.
you. Thank you so
Amen.
much. Amen. Thank you.
You're
And
welcome, ma'am.
now, like I always do on this show, you are going to dance before we go.
That's
before we,
fine.
I'm
That
sure you're.
releases the energy.
Yes, yes. To
Yeah,
set the ball rolling, to
yeah,
calm us
that's
down,
good.
to calm us down. Yes. Mm, yes. Can you hear my music?
Yes, I can.
I serve a living God, oh, even the devil knows it's not true. Oh, I serve a living
Living
God,
God.
oh, everybody knows say now you the red no. I serve a living God, oh, even the devil knows it's not true. Oh, I serve a living
Living God.
God, say now you the red no. I
I
serve
serve a living God. Oh.
a
True. I can't hear the music anymore.
Can you hear now?
Yes, I can hear now.
Okay, sorry. Now you the rain, oh.
No,
Now you
I
the
don't know.
rain.
I don't know.
All glory, you know. No, no, but you. Sorry, we can dance all night.
I like dancing. I don't know if I'm a good dancer, but I like dancing.
That's good.
It gives good vibes.
Oh
It
yes,
gives
it gives us
energy.
life.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, that's good. And it calms us down also.
Yeah, yes,
Sometimes,
true.
especially if you want to come to the live show, you're like, ah, but that's price. But when you get into dancing mood, yes,
Yeah,
it calms us
that's
down.
good.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
you're welcome,
So,
ma'am.
can you please introduce yourself to our viewers, please?
Okay. I'd like to say thank you so much for the invite. Any opportunity to be a blessing, to get knowledge across is always welcome. My
Thank you.
name is
You're
Doyin
welcome.
Akinriade. Um, I usually like to say that I'm a rainbow because there are so many colors to me. There are so many colors to me,
You
really.
wear so many
Yes,
hats.
yes, I wear so many hats. Yes. So I like to say I'm a Jesus girl, I'm
Great.
a wife, I'm a
That
mother.
Jesus day, that means that you have watched one Zion film. What is the one that we watch on Sunday?
Which one?
I mean Jesus girl. What is
Oh,
the one?
okay. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure I've watched it. I just I just
Because
like saying that about myself.
oh,
Yes.
it was said there, so I thought that you got it from there. Oh, that's
Oh,
great.
okay. Yes, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a chartered accountant. I focus basically on personal slash business, finance and development. I
Mm.
love reading and writing. I also love working with children and young people. I just like to, encourage them and see them blossom and become, all that God wants them to be and actually to shine their light. So
Great.
basically, I do all this and more. So let me just stop there.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Wow, you are loaded. You are rainbow. God bless you for doing that. God
Amen.
bless you. Now, let's go to the business of today. Our topic is
Okay.
financial freedom. So, what is financial freedom and what does it mean?
Okay, so talking about financial freedom, I always like to start with what it is not, because there is actually a misconception about what financial freedom is. So
Mm,
people think financial freedom is acquisition, just acquiring and just keep amassing wealth. No, that is not financial freedom. So people think financial freedom is when you have all the money you will ever need in your life stocked up in one bank account. That you just whenever you need, you just reach out and just spend. No,
mm,
that is not financial freedom. So people also think financial freedom is being able to spend money recklessly, as in I don't have to think about it. I can just spend whenever I want. Yes, then I am financially free. No, that is
mm,
not financial freedom. Some people also think financial freedom is when I don't work, I just stop working and I just can sleep all day and just be there. No, that is not financial
wow,
freedom.
it's really
Some other people
shocking.
think, yeah, some other people think financial freedom is when you see someone that has a mansion, that has plenty of exotic cars. Yes, the person has arrived, like they will say in my country, the person has arrived. That is
Mm,
financial freedom. Really, that is not financial freedom. That is a misconception of financial freedom. I would like to tell you a short story. Okay, so there are two friends, David
mm,
and Daniel. David has a mansion, four exotic cars. He
mm,
has three vacation homes, and he takes himself and his family on vacation like three times every year. That is David. That's his kind of lifestyle. And his other friend, Daniel has a bungalow. Nothing fantastic, but nice and simple. Daniel has a car that he changes like every 5 years. And Daniel also goes on vacation, but not three times a year. He only goes like once in 2 years. In the natural sense, if you look at these two friends and they're like, okay, tell us which of them is financially free, which one will come to your mind? Is it David that has exotic cars, that has
it's not for
mansion,
David.
or is
David.
it Daniel that has bungalow? David. Everybody say, David is
David.
financially free, not Daniel.
Mm,
But financial freedom actually means different things to
mm,
different people. The
mm,
main thing is that you
mm,
have source of income that is passive, that even when you're sleeping, you're making money. You have investment that can actually give you income, that can take care of your expenses and your financial obligations, and you don't have to worry about money. As the money worries are no longer there for you, that is financial freedom. So whether you live in a bungalow or you live in a mansion, it doesn't matter. That is the lifestyle you have chosen for yourself. So it's not about what you have, it's not about what you have acquired. Financial freedom actually means different things to different people. In this situation, both Daniel and David actually are financially free because both of them have investments that can cater for their financial obligations, and they don't have money worries. They don't have to think about, oh, where is the funds coming from to take care of this financial obligation that I have. It is sorted because they have investment that
mm.
give them income that takes care of their expenses and financial obligation. So that is financial freedom. Financial freedom is actually becoming, it's not about what you have, it's actually about becoming financially free. Being able to, like I said earlier, you're sleeping and you're getting alert. Why? Because you have tied something down in investment. You work because you desire to work, not because you are compelled to work. That is financial freedom. You work because you want to, not because if you don't go to work today and they sack you, that is the end, you can't survive. No. Financial freedom is when you have something set up that gives you income that can take care of your financial obligation and you don't have money worries. Whatever your lifestyle is, it doesn't matter. But whatever that lifestyle is that you have chosen for yourself, you can maintain it, you can sustain it with the income that comes from your investment. Then that is financial freedom.
Wow, wow, wow. This is a great one. And first, your two illustration is very good. But I have David and
Thank you.
Daniel in my house.
Oh,
I
really?
have that too.
You have both of them.
I have
Fine,
both of
same
them. I have
here.
David, I have Daniel.
Same here. I have David and Daniela. Yeah,
Ah,
my girl that is Daniela. Yes.
wow. Wow, that is great. And if I want to move to next question, how can we acquire
Okay.
it?
Okay.
Mm,
Before I go into that, let me just quickly say that financial freedom is also contentment.
mm,
Yes.
mm,
I remember Paul saying, I think it's in Philippians, when Paul was saying, I've learned in all situations how to abase and how to abound. So there's contentment in financial freedom. And in financial freedom, there is no comparison. Daniel will not be looking at David who has the mansion and be comparing himself. No, there's no comparison in financial freedom. As long as you're able to sustain and maintain that lifestyle you've chosen for yourself, then you are financially free. It's when your money actually
mm,
works for you. So how
mm,
can we acquire finance? How can we become financially free? Yeah, because I won't say acquire really because it's not something we acquire. Like I said earlier, it's something we become. It's a state.
mm.
It's something we become, and it starts with desire. There's a place of desire. Some people don't even desire it. I've spoken with people before that will tell you that I don't want to be rich. I just want to be okay. Yeah,
Yeah, I've
because
had people
yes,
say
I
that.
just want to be fine. That's it.
Mm, mm,
I don't want to have too much money. I just want to be okay. So it comes also from a place of desire. If all you desire is just to work all through the years and retire at maybe 65 or 70 and just be able to get by, it's okay. It's your desire. So it comes with desire. You need to desire financial freedom for you to become financially free. So one, it starts with desire.
mm,
And there has to be a mindset shift. Like I
mm,
said earlier, there are some people that will tell you, I don't really care about financial freedom. In fact, some people actually associate spirituality with poverty. So people think for you to be spiritual, you have to be poor. But the Bible says Jesus became poor for our sake,
for our sake.
that we, through his poverty, might become rich. So is that not double loss? If Jesus became poor for me, and I
Mm,
still want to remain poor,
ah,
because I think to be spiritual means to be poor. No,
mm,
they don't go together. Spirituality and poverty don't go together. So we need to have a mindset shift that the fact that I'm spiritual does not mean I have to be poor. In fact, if every spiritual person is poor, how do we fund the work of the kingdom?
the kingdom.
Yes.
Exactly.
Do you get? So we need to have a mindset shift that
Mm,
this financial freedom is also for me. They didn't tag some people's names to
mm,
financial freedom and excluded yours. Your name is also tagged to this financial freedom, but
exactly.
you need to desire it. You need to have a mindset shift and also know that this financial freedom is for
Mm,
me. I'm becoming financially free. Affirm it to yourself. No matter where you are right now in your journey, just say it to yourself, I'm financially free. It's an affirmation. And
mm.
there's a way our words actually catch up with our reality. Yes,
That's
because even the whole world was created by the words from the
mm,
mouth of God.
yes.
So
With
there's
the,
our words
mm,
frame our world. So
mm,
what do you say? that impacts on your financial freedom. To what do you say? When you see inventors, when they want to invent, they talk about that thing they want to invent like it's already there because they can see it. They can see it, although it hasn't come to reality, but they can see it in their mind. They know what they are working towards. They know what they want to achieve with that invention. So they talk about it like it's already there. So that's what we need to talk about financial freedom. I'm financially free. No matter what state you are, no matter what you're experiencing right now, even if you don't know where the next meal is, you are financially free. Say it to yourself. Because it's already don't continue to state the obvious. Start stating what you want to see. So what do you want to see?
Exactly.
Do you want to become financially free? Then state it. Don't state the poverty situation. Don't state the situation of lack. It's there, but you don't have to emphasize on it. State what you want to see because your words will eventually create your world. So your words will create your world of financial freedom. Another thing is financial literacy. Like what we are doing right now is a form of financial literacy. I host a YouTube channel too, like
Yes.
it's a form of educating people. And right now, in this current age we are, there's no excuse to be financially illiterate because there's information everywhere. YouTube, Google it, whatever, you get information anywhere you turn to. So there's no excuse not to be financially literate. That excuse of I don't know cannot be acceptable, or I don't like numbers. You need to like numbers because if
Yes,
you're working,
of
yes, if
course.
you're working and they pay you 50% less your salary, won't you know? Won't you raise an eyebrow? Won't you go and meet your payroll person and ask what happened here? Yes. So when I hear people say I don't like numbers, you know, in this financial freedom journey, you need to like numbers. You need to start liking numbers. And if you want money, you like numbers because yeah, it's all about the numbers. You need to know your numbers. Yes, you need to know your numbers. You can't just push it aside. And on
Exactly.
this journey as well, I would say it's a financial freedom is a journey and at the same time a destination.
Wow.
Is both together. So on this journey, I'll quickly talk about something I tag the 4G principle. It's something that is it can sound basic and fundamental. It's so simple that it's just for us to take action on it, and we see ourselves on that journey of financial freedom. But it calls for action because, like they say, if you think knowledge, if you think how did they say it now? If you think knowledge is expensive, try ignorance.
Expensive. Try ignorance.
It's not that ignorance is more
Try ignorance.
expensive. So the best thing
Don't
is
try
don't
it.
try ignorance. Yes,
Don't even
exactly.
think about it.
Exactly. Don't try ignorance. Get all the knowledge you can. And as in the course of this program right now, you will get to pick one or two things. There are some that you already know. You just need to act on it. And there are some that you might be hearing for the first time, or you are getting a clearer version of it. Just take action. Action is very important. So let's talk about the 4G principle. This is a principle that will help us in this journey of becoming financially free. So the 4G principle is what I call G. The first G is get. The
Get.
second G, yes, is grow, is guard. Guard. The
God.
third one is grow.
Mm.
And the last G is give. So you have the get, the guard, the grow, and the give. So what do we mean by get? So there's a place of earning. Get is simply talking about earning, being able to earn an income. Is either you're working and being paid on a wages or salary, or you own your own business, but there must be a way you are earning income legitimately. We can't be talking about financial freedom without you earning, because you even need to earn the money first before we now start talking about what you do with it. So there's a place of earning. And if we look at in the Bible talks about it severally that God has given us the power to make wealth. So that means there's a
Yes.
place of making wealth.
Deuteronomy 8:18.
Exactly. Thank you, ma'am. There's a place of making the wealth, and
Mm.
that is about earning. So you need to be able to earn income, make wealth. There's another passage in the Bible that talks about God will bless the works of your hands. So there has to be a work in your hand. God will
That's
not bless emptiness. There has to be a work in your hand. God does not bless laziness. Because most times we get into this attitude of just praying about everything, and trying to pass on our responsibilities to God.
Hmm.
Responsibilities that God expects us to take on, we expect God to still carry it for us. Things don't work that way. What is God's role? His role is to give us the power to make wealth. He has given us the sound mind to think about ideas, to bring them to reality. He has given us brain to go to school, to learn, to probably study a course and be able to get work and, probably work for an
Hmm.
employer or start your own business. There has to be a way you're earning income legitimately. That is the get. You must be able to earn income legitimately. Get. I think is clear and
Yes.
simple. And
Hmm.
in getting in any income, there is something called multiple streams of income. Because
Hmm.
most times a lot of us just stay with one income. Thank God I've gotten this job, and we
Hmm.
just stay with it. And we don't try to do anything else. Either you're running a business by the side or you're improving on your skills, even working for an employer. At least improve on your skills so that you can get promoted, so that you can grow in your career, take value to the table. Most of us just want to get by in the office. You don't want to offer value. You don't want to add value. Money always follow value. When you are adding value, money will follow you. Is
Exactly.
a law, yes, is a
I agree
principle.
with you. Hmm.
Yes, there are principles that govern this earth. There's a law of sowing and reaping. Add value and money will follow you. If I can add so much more value and so much more money will follow you.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that's about the earning. So we need to improve on our skills. And right now, there's even no excuse of I don't have money to go to school, because really, there are a lot of courses online that are free. As in free, all you need is internet and your phone. That phone that we used to just Google and just play around and play games, on that same phone, you can learn. You can add value to yourself and become a better person and be able to go to the marketplace and add value to an employer or in the business world, and you start earning income. So there's the G, which is get, for
Yeah.
earning income. I've talked about multiple streams of income too. You can
Yes.
run business, you can work. While you're working, the money, the salary you're getting, you can invest part of it to be giving you passive income. Or you have a friend that is into business and you want to invest in that business and you'll be sharing the profit at the end of the year. That's another source of income. Or you're a writer, you write books, you make money from it. That's a source of income. So just have multiple streams of income. It helps so that in case something happens to one source, you are not stranded. You are not stranded. Okay, so let's quickly move to the second G, guard. Guard. So how do we guard? Now we've started earning the money. I've started working. I'm being paid salary. I'm doing business. Customers are buying goods. My clients are paying. Money, income is coming in. So how do I guard this income? What do I do with it? First thing, I'll say guarding your income is about protecting it.
Hmm. God.
Protection. Yes.
Oh, I got
Get
it.
is to earn, guard
Hmm.
is to protect.
Hmm.
So now I've earned the money. There are a
Hmm.
lot of wolves, a
Hmm.
lot of things waiting to collect it even
Mhm.
before you earn it.
Yeah.
So it is
That's
your
true.
responsibility to guard it.
Hmm.
It
Hmm.
is. Because if you don't guard it, if you don't protect it,
Hmm.
those wolves will take it from you.
Before you even collect it, you will be
Exactly.
the phone calls, the text will be coming from there, here and
Exactly.
there.
Yes. So we need to know how to guard. So the first thing is budget. So some people don't like hearing about budget. They're like, budget is like stressing me. It's like budget is restricting me. They don't want me to spend my money after I've worked for it. No, budget is not restricting you from spending. There's no you won't spend, you will spend. But budget is putting you in control of the spending. You are in charge. Okay, this is the money I've earned. I'm in charge. I'm in control. By putting down the money I'm expecting, even before I earn it, I'm putting down these things I need to spend this money on. So in that your budget, you have tithe. If you're a Christian, you have tithe. You have savings. You have maybe emergency fund savings. I always advise one has different forms of saving, but I'll get to saving. So I'll talk about that much later. So you have savings on your budget, you know the percentage of the amount you are putting into your savings, you know the amount that is probably going to your pension, then you know the amount that is going for household, maybe monthly expenses for feeding and other maybe car maintenance, transportation, house rent. You have kids school fees. If you are in a country where you pay school fees, or your child is at a level where you need to pay school fees, you plan all these things into your budget, so that when an expense shows up, you check your budget. Is this thing budgeted for? Can this expense wait till next month or till next income period? It keeps you in control. Because sometimes when you have money in the account, you feel there's money. So this person has some money, you give it.
Mm.
Something shows up, you dash it out. Hey,
Yeah.
something happens, you see one clothes you like, you buy it. You just think the money is there until you now discover that, oh, the money is all gone, and I didn't spend money on the most important things.
Important thing, exactly.
Yes, and that's what makes people miserable, and that's
Mm.
what makes people far from the journey of
Mm.
becoming financially free. Because you end. Have you heard of people that have earned so much? We've heard of athletes in the past, of celebrities that came from high up to becoming bankrupt. What happened? They earned a lot. You hear
Even
of people
some people,
hearing,
even some people, they had a lotto. They won lotto.
uh-huh,
And before, maybe the lotto is 150,000 dollars or something.
thousand,
And
yes,
everybody celebrated with them. And after a year or 2 years,
it's all
not
gone. It's
nothing to
all
show
gone.
for it.
Yes,
All
yes.
gone.
Because we've had other people that celebrities, they had a lot of money, not celebrity by just name, but they
Mm.
had money. You've heard of athletes, and a lot of different sports people that earn so much, 200K per week, $20,000 per week, and all that. And few years down the lane, they are bankrupt. You're not like, what happened? Some of them, the amount they earned in a week, you'll be dreaming that if you can earn that, if some people can earn that in their lifetime, they are
Mm.
fine, as in like sorted.
Yeah.
Like you earn this consistently for 5 years. How come, in fact, your generation should not be broke again? So how come you are bankrupt? Because as the money was coming in, they were spending. Yes, the money is there, no budget, nothing. So not having budgets
Mm.
puts one in a very bad place. So please, budget is essential. I'll talk about emergency fund. What is emergency fund? Emergency fund is setting aside your 3 to 6 month living expenses in such a way that in case something goes wrong with your source of income, at least for you to have like a cushion effect before you
Mm.
probably get another job, or before business bounces back, or before you get back on your feet, something to
To
still be
prop
able
up.
to allow you, yes, cater for your
Mm.
expenses and meet your financial obligations in the short term while you're trying to get back on your feet. That is what emergency funds, that is what is meant to do. And most people don't have it. You need to check first, how much do I need on a monthly basis to meet my financial obligations? Multiply that by 3 months or by 6 months. That is the amount you need to have as your emergency fund. So you can start saving towards. There's no pressure about this one. Start saving towards it. It might take you 3 years, it might take you 2 years, it might take you more than that. Just start putting something aside as your emergency fund, so that whenever this happen, and it might not even happen, but life is in seasons. There are times that maybe it might just be a month or 2 months that you just need, to be able to get yourself back
Exactly.
to position. You have something set aside as your emergency fund that can cater for your financial obligation, so that during that period you don't go begging. That is what emergency fund is meant to do. An emergency fund is something you put in a liquid form. It's either in your maybe savings bank account, or in a guaranteed income fund account that will be yielding something, but not much. The main thing is the safety of the money. The money has to be safe, and it has to be in a form that if you need it, you can get it like almost immediately. And I would like to say here that emergency fund is really for that emergency that I have explained, not some other emergencies that we create for ourselves. Because for some people, school fees is emergency. When the school fees will be due, it should not be an emergency.
That's true. Mm.
For some people, house rent is an emergency. In a country where you pay house rent like every year, once a year, how can it become an emergency after 1 year when you had a year to plan towards it?
Mm.
So there are some things we call emergencies that are not emergencies. So this emergency fund is not meant to cater for our carelessness. It's meant to actually cater for when there is a need, there is a loss of income due to maybe loss of job or loss of business or something, and you need something to keep you during that period for you to get back on your feet. That is what this emergency fund is meant for, and everybody should have it.
Wow.
Everybody should
Mm.
build an emergency fund.
Mm.
Then we need to avoid waste. Most of us are so wasteful. You waste food, you waste resources, we waste everything. We need to avoid waste. There are some things we
Waste
buy that
time.
we don't need. Yeah, we waste time, and time is money.
Mm.
Yes. So we need to avoid wastage. This will help us to become financially free. For some people, that 2 hours that you spend just watching movie every single day or just scrolling through internet, throughout the day, that
Mm.
2 hours you can invest it into running an online course, improving yourself so that you can be ready for the next promotion in your place of work. For some people, that time you're wasting, you can use it to actually run a business by the side. So all this, I don't have time, I don't have time. There's always time for what is important for you. So
Mm.
let's stop the wastage. Stop
Mm.
wasting time. Stop wasting resources. Let's stop wasting things generally. Saving.
Mm.
Okay, so saving, I always like to use the story of Joseph in the Bible, because when you talk about savings, Joseph has like a very good, how will I put it now, like an example, a very good example that we can use when the Pharaoh dream came up and all that, and the advice he gave to Pharaoh was that
I
we
was
need to
thinking,
keep,
how do you,
we are taking
what
out.
angle, what angle do you want to take? Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, because Joseph advised the king that, okay, what we need to do is to keep 1/5 of
Mm.
every produce in the 7 years of abundance, so that the next 7 years of famine, we have food in stock to take care of
Mm.
the populace. And that was what he did. 1/5 is like 20% of 100%. So really, I would say the standard for saving is 20% of your income. But a lot of people are, 20% of my income, it's not even enough. How will I
Mm.
remove 20%? But the
Exactly.
truth is, if you can't save from a little, you can't save from much. And
Mm.
the funny thing,
Mm.
sometimes when you think it's not enough,
Mm.
but God forbid, if you now lose your job, you now discover that you can manage with 5,000.
Exactly.
Do you get? You can manage 5,000 naira, or $100 can do a lot. That is when you realize the value of this thing that you would normally just waste and just move on. So we cannot save, because if something happens in your office, like during COVID, some people had like a 50% pay cut. Because some
Yes.
companies say this is what we can pay. It's either you
Mm.
take this or you go.
Or you go.
Exactly. And if you don't have any
You
other,
still take with it.
you just stay and continue. The work will not reduce, because some people will even leave. So the work will probably even increase and the pay had reduced. And at that time, you won't go stealing. You will manage. That is when you now realize that, oh, okay, so we can do something with this with 50% of my salary. So if they now increase the salary back to the 100%, you now still keep spending on the 100%, saying that it's not enough. And when you were earning the 50%,
Mm.
you were able to manage. So that
Mm.
means we can do whatever we set our minds to
You are
do.
very correct.
Yes, you
Mm.
can. When it comes to saving, it is a matter of loving yourself.
Loving yourself. And I
Yes,
think determination as well.
yes.
Mm.
Determination is
If
essential.
you are
Yes,
determined, mm.
is essential.
It is.
Excuse me. And when you see the need for it, because the way
Mm.
I like to explain
Mm.
savings is keeping money aside today to
Mm.
ensure that you don't go broke tomorrow. So if you look at savings as preparing for your future, savings is preparing for your future. So why not prepare for your future? Is in this age and stage, you can't afford to grow old and like some people will tell you their children is a pension retirement plan. Your children cannot be a retirement plan because they have
Not
their lives to
nowadays.
live.
Yeah, those
They
days.
have their lives to
Yeah,
live.
they do. They do.
They do. And even all of us that have grown, let's check ourselves. Out of your income, what percentage have you given to
Are
your
you
parents? Have you
paying?
given them the 100%? The house you built, are they the one living in it? Even if you built out for them, compare how much you've spent on yourself and how much
Mm.
you've spent on your parents. Check the
Yes.
percentage.
Mm.
So you will know that you need to prepare for your retirement by yourself.
Mm.
Your future is in your hands. Yes, literally. But we know our future is in the hands of God, but we need to plan and prepare
We need
for our future.
to-
So savings is something that will actually help us to prepare for this future we're talking about. And anybody can save. But let's even say for now, you think the 20% is too much. Save 5% or 10%, minimum 10%. Don't
At
let us do
least
this to
it's
ourselves that you can't save. You can.
mm.
Let's say minimum of 10%. Put it aside. Keep it. It's for you, it's for your good, it's for your future. And you can automate your savings. That's the best way to work to avoid temptation, because temptation comes to all of us.
That's
Something will come and you will feel like, let me do this. This thing is on sale, let me just get it. But if
true.
the money, if you've automated your saving in such a way that as your income is coming in, maybe you bring your bank a debit, direct debit instruction. As money is coming, a certain amount is being withdrawn and taken to another account. That account, if it's a bank account, make sure it's an account you don't have a card on.
That's what I
Make sure it's
want to
an
say.
account, exactly.
You don't
Make sure
just
it's an account you cannot easily have access to.
access to.
Yes. And you can also, some people do cooperative savings. Your money is there, it's safe, but you cannot go and withdraw except you have a project and you want to borrow from it and all that. So make sure you automate your savings. Do it in such a way that no matter what, even if heaven is falling, this amount is going into your savings. Nothing can take it because it doesn't even get into your hands. So you don't even have the opportunity to think about whether this month I want to save. Maybe I should leave it till next month. Automatically, the bank has removed it. So saving is very important. We cannot over emphasize it. It's very important. We will spend, but we need to spend wisely. That is what our budget will help us to do. When we have a budget, we'd have put down, okay, you want to buy clothes for so amount, you put it in your budget so that you know what you are spending on. You know how much you are spending on what. Budget does not mean you don't live a good life. You live a good life. You look good, but make sure your income can cater for it. Don't go and do above and beyond what you can afford. So it's very important. Talking about debt, you're still talking about guarding, protecting. Don't borrow for expenses. Don't borrow for events, for parties. Don't borrow, because if you borrow to fund expenses, it won't bring any return because it's not an investment.
But people do that. And
Yes, people do
they
it.
pay back later.
Exactly. It's not an investment. So don't borrow to fund expenses. Even when you want to borrow for business or for investment, make sure you've done your calculation very well. It's safer to use your money, but there's this talk about other people's money to OPM. Yes, I can use, like when companies sell shares of their company to is using other people's money, you buy the shares and all that, they use the money to, like build the company, expand the company, maybe go into a larger market or a new market. Yes, there's using other people's money for business, but you need to be careful. You need to have done your calculations very well. And when you are borrowing, be careful to be sure that the money is being used on something that will bring returns, that can repay the loan, on something that can repay the loan. So you need to be careful. There are some things that are definitely, obviously, you might need to get a loan for. Like if you need mortgage to buy a house, you might not be able to come up with maybe $500,000 or the $1 million or the $400,000 you need to buy the house. And by the time you're paying the mortgage, you are putting money into your equity in the house. The house will
Yes.
eventually become yours. So instead of paying rent, it's preferable to pay mortgage. Yes, because the mortgage is like an asset, because the house is an asset. And the more you put into it, the more percentage of it that becomes your own equity in the house. Unlike rent is an expense. Once you pay to the landlord, it goes. It doesn't bring any return. But do your planning well. Know the right time you need to do what, so that you don't get yourself into a fix and it now becomes a problem. And if you're already in debt, all you need to do is put down your debt, look at them. How do I start paying up? Leave a portion of your income that you to start paying up. Start paying the one with the highest interest first, so that it will be easy to clear. And once you finish paying down one, it's called debt stacking. You finish paying down on one, you start paying down on the other. And when you are done, that amount of money you set aside to pay back the loan, don't start spending it. Put it into your savings,
Yeah.
so that you won't have to get yourself back into debt. That helps. Yeah. So basically, that's about guarding, planning. Then plan for your kids' education. Don't let it catch you unaware. The child has been in school like the first 16, 17 years. Now the child needs to go to university. Don't let it catch you unaware. Plan. You have like 16 years to plan for it. Putting aside, no matter how much money you're putting, no matter how small it is something. It will ease the stress when the child is about to go to school, to higher institution, university, polytechnic, whatever school you're sending your child to whatever college. Start planning for it now. Plan for a retirement, because the time will come that no matter how strong you are, you won't be able to do the regular, like day-to-day work you're doing right now. Yes, you might still be able to do something, but probably not as much physical work that you can do right now. So start planning for that time too. Start putting something aside. probably into your pension, savings, whatever it is that works in your country, but make sure you have a plan and you're putting something aside. So basically, I would say that's it on guard. So grow is about investing.
Mm.
When I talk about grow, is to invest your money. Saving is keeping it. Growing is, investing is actually growing your money. So if all you do is to save and you don't invest, inflation will catch up. Inflation will catch up with the savings. Yes. So you need to invest your money. So in your budget, you need to have an amount of money that probably goes into investment. But if you don't save, saving, so I'll say saving is like the foundation. If you don't save and an opportunity comes to invest, how do you get the funds to invest? So that's why you need to save so that when an opportunity comes, you have something set aside to invest in. I remember there was a time an opportunity for a particular investment came, and I had just few days to decide if I was interested. And I was actually interested because it was a good investment. But the only reason why I could take on that opportunity, that investment opportunity, was because I had something saved up. If within that 2, 3 days I had to now start rushing and looking for where to get the funds, I would have lost out on the opportunity. So that's why we need to have savings so that when investment opportunities show up, we have something to actually put into the investment. So there are different kinds of investment. You can invest in shares of companies, you know, and you can invest in real estate. There are different kinds. You can invest in mutual funds and all that. But my advice usually in investing is that
Mm.
know that every investment has a level of risk, no matter how low
That's what
the
I want
risk
to
is.
ask also, that people
Yes.
are afraid of the risk. People are afraid of the risk. That's why they prefer to just let me just save my money and leave it in the bank, where I will
Yeah.
not have an attack, where I will where I will not be thinking that, oh, today maybe it's gone down. Tomorrow
Yeah.
maybe it's up. You just be
Mm-hmm.
thinking. I know that these
Yeah.
days now, especially these ages now, people do cryptocurrency. I know you are aware of
Mm.
it. And
Yes, I am.
yeah, it works well for some. It's not. I won't say that maybe it's not working for them, because I just see that the risk that is there, little one that I know, I don't really know much about it. It
Okay.
goes up, it goes down. So I think that it depends on how you know. Can I say how you know how to play your card or what? I know
Not
that people use
exactly.
not
I
really
think
card
you,
anyway.
yeah, not
Mm,
how you know how to play the card. The
mm,
main thing is like how the foundation for investment is understand what you're investing in. You
mm,
need to understand what you are investing in. If you're investing in a company, you look at the company, how is the company doing? You have an idea of the product they are selling. How is
mm.
their product doing in the market? For instance, if you want to buy shares of a company and the company is producing typewriter, I know some people don't even know what a typewriter is. In fact, some children of maybe 15 years
Yeah,
and below will not even
it's
know
true.
what a typewriter is.
Motor
That's
is.
to tell you that that company does not have a business.
Mm,
So putting your money in that kind of company, you already know is high risk, in fact, highest risk,
mm,
because they don't have any business they are doing. So you need to look at the fundamentals, understand what you are investing in.
mm.
Cryptocurrency, I don't really like talking much about it because the risk is high.
The
What
risk
I
is.
just tell people is learn. There are a lot of information about it online. Go and learn. If you
Mm,
want to invest in anything, understand it. Like the
mm,
market, some people do forex business and
yeah.
all that, forex trading.
Mm,
Understand it. Some people are making so much money in it. Some people are
mm.
making a lot of loss. Some people have lost the whole of their livelihood. The
That's.
risk is high. So
Mm,
in investment, there is low risk, there is medium, there is high risk. You need
mm,
to know the risk associated with any kind of investment you want to embark on. Then check your risk appetite. This money, can I afford to lose it?
mm,
Can I afford to lose 50%? Can I
mm.
afford to lose 100%? If I lose 100% of it, how will it impact on my investment portfolio? How will it impact on my health? Will I collapse and land in the hospital? Will I be able to weather that storm of that
Mm,
loss? So check
mm,
your risk appetite
mm.
and check the risk level of the investment you want to embark on and merge the two and see if it's something you can do. But the bottom line of any investment, understand what you want to invest in. Understand what you want to invest in. Check the fundamentals. Like that simple example I gave. I'm selling shares, my company is producing typewriter, I don't have business. So why are you investing in that company? So check the fundamentals, understand what you're investing in. And
Yes.
if you're in a country where the currency is not stable, due to
Mm.
currency devaluation, you can invest in foreign stocks. That will also help to preserve, that will protect your fund from devaluation. Yeah, so that's another thing you can do. You
That
can you
makes
can
sense.
yes, invest in
Mm.
foreign stocks, and there are a lot of apps, these days, that in the comfort of your house, in fact, on your bed, on your phone, you can log on, check your investment, check how it's doing, click to buy shares and all that. You can do all that on your phone right now. There are several apps. I don't like recommending any. I like people doing
Mm.
their
Mm.
research themselves,
Yeah,
because
it's
yes,
better.
when you do your research, you will understand it better, you know how it works, and you'll be able to
Mm.
make your decision. Because this journey,
That's,
you can
mm.
be advised, you can be counseled, you can be guided, but
Mm.
it is your decision on what you invest in
Mm.
eventually. And when
Mm.
it comes to investment, the reason why it's good to invest is so that inflation will not eat up the whole of your money. Because what 100 naira can buy, I remember growing up, my dad told me his first car was, I think, 2,000 naira.
Can you imagine?
Right now, 2,000 naira cannot get you.
Mm. Even the transportation, even the transportation fare.
If you enter some restaurant with 2,000 naira, they will
Uh-huh.
beat you out
Hmm.
because they can't pay for their meal.
That's right. Mm.
Yes, and that was the amount my dad bought his first car several years ago.
Mm.
So imagine if you have saved 2,000 naira, say, I don't want investment problem. I don't want any risk. Let me just keep my money in the bank. And he has kept that 2,000 naira in the bank since that time.
Mm.
The 2,000 naira that was worth a car and now cannot even buy a meal. Is it worth leaving your money in the bank for that long? No. Saving is a foundation, investment is a building. The way you cannot live on a foundation, you need to put a structure on the foundation to become a house for you to move and live inside it. The same way you need to invest, because that investment is what gives the structure, is that building that you can now live in, that can now give you growth in
Mm.
your money, that can put growth to your money, not just keeping it, not just guarding it, not just protecting it, but making it to grow,
Mm.
giving you passive income. It's also from investment that I get passive income. Imagine you are able to build a house or buy a house, you rent it out, your tenant will be paying you what they call rental income.
That's right.
Depending on the country where you live, you're either collecting your rental income monthly or
Monthly.
annually.
Mm.
Yes.
Mm.
So that one, you don't need to it's not about waking up struggling. You don't need to go and do anything to the house. Once
Mm-hmm.
it's due, your tenant will pay. Pam, you might be sleeping and alert. You are getting alert. Do
Mm-hmm.
you get that? Is what is called passive income. And when I talked about financial freedom, being you making money even while you sleep
Mm.
is not talking about having a legitimate business. No, it's
Mm.
just you having investment that gives you passive income. And passive income is actually the driving force of financial freedom, because passive income is you don't have to do anything. Even if you are old, you cannot go out. Pem pem, alert will still come on your phone because the
Yeah.
tenants are paying for the rent of your house that they are living inside. If you have shares of good companies and they are paying dividends, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to resume in the office in the morning and close with them. You don't have
No.
to know what they are doing.
Mm.
All
No.
you know is if the company pays dividend quarterly, you will get your dividend. If they
Mm.
pay annually, you will get your dividends at the end of the year when they pay the dividend. That is passive income. You don't have to do anything. Once you put your money into it, your money start working for you. And that is
Mm.
financial freedom. Financial
Wow.
freedom is when your money works for you.
Mm.
Yes, so
Wow.
that is it about growing,
Mm.
growth, investment. And the
Wow.
last G, we've talked about get, that's earning. We've talked about guard, that's protecting your income. We've talked
Mm.
about growth,
Growth. That's
that's
investment.
investment. Yes.
Mm.
Now talking about give,
Mm.
there's a law of sowing and reaping. It's
Reaping.
one of
Give
the
it shall be given to
principles.
you.
Yes, it's one of the
Good
principles
measure.
that govern the world. It's one of
Mm.
the principles that govern the heart. The Bible says, as long as the heart remains, seed time
Mm.
and
Full time.
harvest
All the time.
will not
Without
cease.
this.
So there's a time for sowing, there's a time,
Mm.
for reaping. We need to give. Learn to give to God. God will physically not come and collect your money. So you can
Mm.
give to God by giving to people, by giving to his work. You can, when you see someone, there are some less privileged children that they don't even know where the next meal will come from.
Wow.
So because some people will tell you, I don't even have enough. How can I give?
Give.
If you are waiting to have enough to give, you will never have the enough.
Mm. Mm.
That is the truth.
Mm.
Give from
I
what you
love
have. Yes, give
mm,
from that small that you have, and that
mm,
small will grow and
mm.
become big. Because sometimes what a
Mm,
child, some children, what they need, maybe a child that does not have the next meal, the child
mm,
might just need a plate of rice. He's not even looking for fish or meat or chicken on it. So you
mm.
don't need to have much to give. From the little you have, let's learn to give.
Wow.
Financial freedom is also about giving.
Wow.
Give life. That is what God has given us. God has given us
Mm,
brain. He has given us a good mind, a sound mind. He has given us wisdom. He has given us the power to make wealth. When you hear about God, it's always about giving, giving His Son, giving His Jesus, giving His life. There's always something about
of giving.
giving with God.
Wow.
That's to show you how important it is. So we need
Mm,
to learn to give. And I'm not saying just open your mind, just throw your money around. No, it's part of what you put on your budget. So you can have an allowance for giving, for charity, for
mm.
helping other people.
Yeah.
So in a month, if what you have to help other people is 1,000 naira or
Mm,
$100 you have it on your budget. So when you
mm.
see a need, okay, from this amount that I put aside for
I'm
giving,
going to
I
give.
can take
Mm,
$20 for this person. This child needs something in school. I can afford to give him $5. No, we're not talking about plenty money here, but from that
mm.
little you have, we need to learn to give.
Wow.
Giving is
Mm,
receiving,
wow.
sowing and
Mm,
reaping is important. It's all part of the financial freedom. It's not all about amassing everything to yourself, just me,
mm.
myself, and I. It's
Right.
also about other people. We need to learn to give. Let me just stop there.
Wow. 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 Thank you so much.
You're welcome, ma'am.
You have even answered all the questions. You have cleared everything. Thank you so much. And for giving, you have practiced that giving now because you give your time. So
Yes, that's part of giving. Yeah, because
that is
sometimes
what
people
you
tell you, I don't have anything to
give.
give. Give your time, educate someone. And the funny thing in giving, like in the office, what do? We give value to our employer,
We give value to
and
our
they pay
employer.
us, we get paid.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so there is reward
Like the
in
comment
giving.
here say this is a wonderful lecture from Sister Doyin.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you very much.
how
Thank you
giving.
very much. Yes, there's
Wow,
reward in giving. There is. So
there
let's
is,
just,
there
yes,
is,
let's
there is
let's
a
learn
word,
how to
the
give.
word in giving. Thank you so much. You have dealt with all the questions. I'm telling you, you really, really clear it. I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. And I'm taking it in my heart. Then I have to listen to this again and start taking it in the paper because
Yes,
I
and
write it
preach.
down. Because
Yes,
it's not even on our brain alone. We have to be practicing it.
yes,
We need to write it down. Like Abaku said, that write the
that's true.
vision down, make it
Yes,
clear.
and make it
We need to
plain.
write the
Mhm.
budget down because I know that many
Yes.
of us we only write it in our brain.
No, if the budget is not written
It's
down, it's not yet a budget.
not yet
You
a
need to
budget.
put
So
down
we
the
need to put
figures.
it, we
Yeah,
need to
if it's
put it
just in your
down.
mind, no, it's not a budget yet. That means you
It's
don't have a
not,
budget. A
yes,
budget, you must have it on maybe Excel sheet, on a spreadsheet, or have it in your diary or journal. It must be written down. It has
that's
to be
right.
put down.
Mm.
Yes, it has to
That's
be
right.
written down.
And I see that many of us, especially that writing, that many of us are lazy in that area to the extent that, some people don't even know what is going out from their account, what is coming in. Like I
Yes,
watched one video that she said that how can you just be working all around month, all around year, and just not take one day, or maybe one day is even too much, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, and
yes,
just sit down, look at all your accounts, see how things are going out and coming in,
yes,
then you make the adjustment. I think we
yes,
actually needed to sit down and plan. Otherwise, we just see that we are just working, and before another income comes in, before the salary
yes.
comes,
It's all gone.
it's all gone, it's all gone,
Yes,
it's all gone. And that
it's
is why
very
many
important.
people say, oh, I'm broke, I don't have money, oh, I'm broke. And some
Exactly.
people will even say that, I think you have even said it, that out of this, even this little, is not even enough for me. So
How will I save?
how do you want me to save?
And the funny thing, earlier on I talked about mindset shift. That to become
Mm,
financially free, we need to have a mindset shift. That one
that's
too is it. If you look at your income and you think, oh, this income is not sufficient,
mm,
I'm barely, I'm barely living, surviving with this income, then there are a lot of things to do. Can you get additional income?
mm,
If you're working
mm,
and you think the salary is not enough, can you improve on yourself and be set for promotion so that your income can increase? Or
mm,
can you improve on yourself, add value, maybe get additional qualification, certification, and get a better job that will pay more and move? Can you do business by the side? What can you do? There are people working in the office and they bring stuff to, they even market their friends and all that, and they make sales. So look
That's
at it. If this money is not enough, what can I do? My
mm,
destiny is not tied down here, so it's not enough. It's
not
coming to realization of the current state where you are. So what do I need to do to
to
bridge
get
the gap from where I am, that's my current state, to where I desire to be? So if
mm,
this money is not enough, where do I desire to be? What
mm,
amount do I desire to be earning? What can I do to start
mm,
earning that amount? There are things to do. So sit down, look around. You can even engage people. What do you think I can do? Because there are times that you are good at something that you don't even know. You're not even saying it. Then some people
exactly.
just dash out things. Some people do
Mm,
well as middlemen. You know everybody. So you know who is selling something, you know who wants it. You just link the seller to the buyer, and the seller pays you a commission. That's
mhm,
earning extra
mm,
income. You
yeah.
just use your network, the people you know. Somebody needs
Some
someone that is
people.
selling something, you link them and you get paid.
Mm,
You
mm,
don't even need capital to do that. The only capital you need is your network. You know
mm,
people. So there are a
mm,
lot of ways to make more
mm.
money if the money you have is not enough.
That's right.
That is not an
Comment,
excuse.
a comment again. A big thank you to how practically expatiate how to add values to our existence in life. Yes, how to add value to our
Yeah,
existence in life.
it's important. It's important. When you add value, like I said, money will always
It
pursue
will
you.
always go. Yeah.
Yes, money
Yeah.
will come. Money
Mm.
will come.
Before we round up, there's
Okay.
something I saw on your channel about
Okay.
win. Can you quickly talk about it? I know our time is fast spent.
Okay. About WAP,
Win.
winning
Is it
accountability
win?
program. WAP,
Yes,
yes,
yes.
winning
Mm,
accountability program. Okay, so my YouTube channel is Breed Abundance, and
yes.
on Breed Abundance is basically about personal slash business,
Mm.
finance, and development.
Yeah.
So
I have put it in the description below in case anyone wants to check
okay,
it. Breed
okay,
Abundance. And
Breed
also on
Abundance,
Instagram, Breed Abundance. Is that right?
Breed Abundance on
Yes. So I'll
Instagram.
put it on
Yes.
the description so they can check.
Okay. Okay.
Mm,
Thank you very much. So what WAP is all about is
mm,
WAP simply means winning accountability program. So
mm,
it's a personalized program for accountability. It's a program where we come personally into your space, depending on how you want it, on a monthly basis or quarterly basis, where we have a one-on-one check with you on your goals. You must have it written down. What are the goals you have for the year? How are you going about it? Are you stuck? Where are you stuck? So what can we do? Why are you not
So
making
is
headway
it
in this
concerning
place?
finances or just
Yes,
anything?
generally your goals, just about anything.
Doesn't matter whether
It
your
doesn't, yes,
financial.
yes.
Okay.
It doesn't matter whether it's finances, because normally in your goals, you need to have financial goals, you have spiritual goals, you have career or business goals. Yeah, you have goals in different areas of your life. So it's
Okay.
just like being able to be there,
Mm,
someone to be accountable to, someone that can check on you, someone that can scold you where needed, someone that can be blunt with you and tell you the truth about what
mm,
you're not doing well, what you need to do, and guide you. Someone that
mm,
you can brainstorm together and look at how to make things work. Because I realized that a lot of people, I talked about goal late
mm,
last year. You can check it up on my YouTube channel. There are like 6 videos already on goal setting and achieving your goals. A lot
mm,
of people set goals, but they don't get to achieve it. Why? Because they just set it and that's it. Some people don't even write it down. If it's not written down, it's not a goal anyway. It's like budget. If it's not written down, it's not a budget. So, but some people have it written down, but at the end of the year, they'll now go and look at it. Which one did I achieve? No, it doesn't work that way. You need
mm,
to be checking. There's something called tracking. You need to track where you are, track your
mm,
current state, track where you are, know what you need to do to get to the next stage. You need to break down the goals into chewable bites so that you know what you need to do this week, what you need to do in a month's time, what you need to do for a quarter. You split it into all those different tasks and be able to achieve it. You know what to prioritize for first quarter. You know what you need to push to second quarter so that you're living. Goal is not something to put you under pressure. You're living a good life, and at the
mm,
same time, you're achieving your goals. So that is what the Winning Accountability Program is meant for. It's a paid program. Yes, the
mm.
paid program, but we soon bring on the one for students,
Okay.
secondary school students, and university students. That will be free. The one for students will be free.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
but this
That's,
personalized one is a
mm,
paid program. Yes, it's a
yeah,
paid
because you have
program.
to be
Yes.
calling and
Yes, yes.
call.
There's a monthly call, there is a weekly follow up. There are a
Oh,
lot
that's
of
good.
things that it entails. Yes. So it's
Oh, that's
just someone that can be on your neck to
a
help you
partner.
achieve your goals. Yes,
That's
exactly.
good. That's good. It's like it's a self-development as well.
Yes,
Because
yes,
you invest,
exactly.
it's like you are investing into your life.
Yes,
Yeah, because
yes,
we need to invest into our lives. Because I realize that many of us we don't actually make that investment into our lives. We make it even
yes.
into the life of people that you don't even know how the
True,
things is going on with them, how they are spending your
true,
money, and
true.
you are staff. You are depriving yourself of what you should be gaining. So
Yeah.
we need to invest into our
In
lives.
ourselves. Yes. And you know, when we talk about investment, actually, the first and the best investment is investment in yourself. Because when you
Mm,
invest in yourself, like I said, working for an employer is because there's something they can get from you. The day you stop adding value, that's the day they look for someone else that can get the job done
of
and send
course,
you out
of
of the
course.
door. So it's because you bring something to the table. You're
That's
adding
what.
value. That's why the organization is still paying you that salary. It's not because they
That's
want to dash you money. They're not dashing you.
mm,
You are
no.
bringing something to the table and they are paying you for it. So the
Mm,
best investment is investing in yourself. And that's why I keep talking about financial literacy also, because it's gaining knowledge so that you know how to manage your resources. You know how to get, you know how to guard, you know how to grow, you know how to give. And
mm.
you now know that yes, you are right on the journey of becoming financially free.
It's
Like I said,
really,
it's
really
both a
important.
journey and a
Mm,
destination, but you need knowledge, and
yes.
not just knowledge, because knowledge is
Mm,
power, but applied knowledge is what
mm,
actually bring things to reality. It's what that is what actually will make you actualize and achieve your goals and make you to become financially free when
mm,
you know and
mm,
you act on what you know. So we've had this session today. I,
mm.
I hope people will not just watch and see that, oh, another YouTube
This
program.
is
No.
really loaded.
What you have had
Mm,
today, what can you start acting on? There's something in all you've had today that you are not acting on. Can you
exactly.
pick just one thing and
Mm,
start acting on it? And in a year's time, let's talk. You can on YouTube, you can get my contact. My
yeah,
email, breedabundance@gmail.com. Send
com.
me a
I
mail.
will add
Let's
to
talk
it.
about
I will
it.
add your
Yes.
email to the
Okay.
description below. I will add. Thank you so much. This is really
Thank you
loaded.
so much.
This is really, really loaded. I'm sure that we have spent 1 hour, and I'm sure
Oh,
that
really? Oh,
yeah,
okay, that's true.
it doesn't even feel like 1 hour. It
It
doesn't
doesn't feel
even
like it.
feel
I
like
didn't, I
it.
didn't know we spent so much time.
I know we are just
But
having nice.
it's worth it. It's
It's
time that is
worth it.
worth
It's
it.
worth it.
Yes,
I really
yes,
learned a lot. It's worth it.
yes.
It's
This is my
really,
way of giving, at least
that's what
give
I'm saying. This is
information. Yes,
a
let's
it's
give
a big
from,
investment that you are investing
yes,
now into Overcomers Show. This is really a big investment. And anyone that watch it, if they can just patiently watch it throughout, they
yes,
will gain a lot. They will learn a lot there. They will learn a
yes,
lot because we actually need this. We cannot just be praying and praying and praying. I know that people
yes.
they give tithes, but there are still some things that you still need to do yourself.
Exactly,
There are some things that
exactly.
you need to do. So that is why that the unbelievers, they are going to their business, investing and doing all kind of things, and they are making money. But
Yes,
their wisdom is profitable to direct. That's what the Bible.
exactly.
So
Yes.
we need wisdom. We
Yeah,
need
because
wisdom.
like I said, this world is governed by principles, and
Exactly.
principles are no respecter of persons.
Mm,
Whether you are the richest man on earth or the poorest man on earth, if you jump up, you will come down. It's a principle that yes, it's a principle.
mm.
If you jump up, you will come down. It
That,
doesn't it doesn't respect your age or your
mm,
status.
yes,
If you
yes.
don't eat, you will go hungry. It doesn't
Mm,
matter whether you are the wisest man or not. So
no.
the world is governed by principles, and no matter who you are, if you
Mm,
don't follow this principle, you
mm.
will you will pay dearly for it. So it's just
Especially that passive
wisdom.
income
Yeah.
that you talk about is very important. While you are
Yes.
sleeping and the money is dropping in your,
Yes.
sometimes we might think that, oh, it's just a ordinary cent, it's just a few dollars, but that
Mm.
few dollars, if it's coming in maybe every week, every month, before you know it, at
Exactly.
the end of the year, it's something.
Yes, it's something. And
Mm,
especially when it comes in and you don't just spend it. When
mm,
especially when you have other sources of income, when you invest, and for instance, probably you have a house, you're being paid rental income. If you
mm,
pay the mortgage and you don't have any expense on that house, whatever is you make from that house, you can put it back, probably by buying a land. If you're in a country where it's easy to buy a land, or put it back into another form of asset or investment. But when you talk about asset, there are two major assets that we need to invest in if we actually want to be truly financially free. And that is income producing assets, like having a house that gives you rental income, like having shares that give you dividend. Those are assets that give you passive income, because passive income is very important when you talk about financial freedom. And the second type of assets that we need to have, there are a lot more, but these major two assets are important: income producing and appreciating assets. Like if you have a land, very likely the land will appreciate. It's
Exactly.
just that this kind of assets are not, most of them are not a now thing. It's a long-term investment.
It's a long time
It's a
investment. It
long
might
term, yes.
after
So
1 to 2 years, 3 years.
exactly. So that's why you don't borrow money to fund this kind of thing. That's the
Mm,
mistakes some people make. They borrow short-term loan, like a 3 month loan that you pay back in 3 months or 6 months. You're not going to use it to buy land with the mind that you appreciate, you sell and you pay back the loan. No, you leave land to appreciate. It takes time. So when you're
mm,
investing in appreciating assets, it takes time. So people that invested in Apple, in Google when they started,
mm,
in Shopify when all these companies started as startup,
mm,
how much did they buy the shares? The
They
amount
are
wasn't
taking.
much. But
Mm,
over time, when these businesses have been built over time, they've grown, they now have a brand and all that everybody wants to be associated with, the value of the stock has gone up.
mm,
But you don't borrow to fund this kind of investment. That's where savings come in again. You can say everything is just interrelated. When you
mm.
have savings from your own savings, you invest in this kind of things. You don't borrow to fund these things, because
Yeah.
it's not something that will give you returns now, because it's
Generally,
an appreciating
it's good
asset.
to have a savings. Save
Yes,
from the little that you have.
yes,
Learn how to
yes,
save.
exactly.
Very important. Thank you so much, Sister Doyin.
Thank you too,
Like,
ma'am.
it's
Thank you
like we should
too.
just continue. Thank you so much for our viewers. Thank you, RGB Media. Thank you for staying with us. There's another person also. I don't know the person. If you can, you please put out your comments so that I can know you. Don't mind. I know there's another person, and I know that there are still many people that are going to watch it later
Yes,
anyway, because
yes.
here is night time. I know that it's still maybe
Yeah,
7 o'clock
it's around 7. Yes, it's around
and
7
7 in
here.
Canada.
Yes.
It's midnight here actually.
Mm,
So people are in bed anyway. But
yes.
anyway, people are still going to watch it, and I'm very sure that they will be blessed, because I'm truly blessed. And I'm still going back to go and watch it again with my pen and paper and
Yeah,
work on
that's the
it.
way it should be. Yeah, for me,
Yeah.
I do the
Mm.
same. When I'm done, I watch it again. I also
Mm.
pick lessons from it, even from what I teach,
Exactly.
and I
Mm.
just check: am I aligning with this thing? Am I consistent with this thing? Yeah, because it's good to always check. There's always a place of
It's
checking, tracking what you're doing,
It's
just to
good
be
to
sure you're
check.
on track.
It's good to
Yes.
check.
Yeah.
It's good to check. Thank you so, so much.
Thank
God
you too,
bless
ma'am.
you. Thank you.
Amen.
And I
Thank
hope
you.
that I will very soon again, before the year runs out, I will see you again in Overcomers Show.
No problem. Anytime. Anytime.
Thank you. And thank you for your investment, because this is an investment. You have sown into Overcomers Show, and God will reward you in Jesus'
Amen.
name. Thank you so
Amen.
much. So I
Thank you
let
too,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you, and have a good night. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. You too. Bye. Bye, viewers. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Yeah, thank you everyone that have joined us. Thank you for as many that are still going to watch it later, and I'm sure that you are going to be blessed. If you are, you can actually watch it again. Watch it again with your pen and paper, because you are going to be blessed. Trust me. God bless you in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Bye. See you next week. God bless.
Edition of the Overcomer Show. Please share so others may be blessed. God bless you. Wow, what an episode. I believe you have been blessed by this edition of the Overcomer Show. Please share so others may be blessed. God bless you.